Right, I'm gonna do episode 4, but this is episode 5 because episode 4 got blocked, got copyright over an hour, so we're gonna skip that. So you're missing like the last hour, so we've got another hour for episode 4, which is really episode 5. Let's see if this one gets blocked, copyright. Hope not. And drugs.
In a few days' time, these streets will be full of football fans. Recife will host major football nations, Germany and Italy. England will come here if they win their group. The fans will enjoy a carnival atmosphere. And if they look hard enough, they will also witness widespread prostitution, incredible poverty, and children driven to extreme measures to survive. This is a typical scene. A 14-year-old boy whose identity we must protect coughs and struggles to stay upright before inhaling more fumes of glue. And almost everywhere I look, children are holding bottles just like him.
Drugs.
Zombie work.
Zombie work. It's like a zombie, yeah. It's mine.
하루에 식사 뭐 컵라면 1개, 캔커피 2개였고 그냥 가끔씩 팬들이 뭐 배 안 고프냐고 뭐 음식 배달 시켜주고 그렇게 해서
Deliver me, delivery.
Apparently in the last days there's going to be a massive amount of drug use, pharmakeia. And people's minds apparently are going to be elsewhere. Okay? That's what the text says. Massive rise of pharmakeia or drug users. But man, good thing we don't see any signs of drugs spreading across the planet getting out of control, do we? Again, turn on your TV, man, what do we hear every single night?
It's everywhere.
This is all we hear. Drug this, drug that, drug problem here, drug rape there, drugs in schools, drugs in homes, drugs in the streets, drugs in the government, drugs, right? Drug usage has gone ballistic around the world, and guess what it's doing? It's spawning all kinds of wicked behavior. In fact, drugs are getting so prevalent in our society, they're creating new ones all the time.
Spice just hits you like a touch of as much as
Spice.
Made
in a lab.
Do you know what? I wish I could go back to my bud, because you know what, yeah, Spice, it's horrible.
I woke up after the Spice with vomit all over my bed and myself cut up.
I know a kid who died of it. Couldn't get his heart beating. No, it was beating so fast it just went and shut down.
We headed to Manchester, where synthetic drugs like Spice and other brands like Vertex, Pandora and Insane Joker are freely available to buy from newsagents and places known as head shops. Although manufacturers state on the packets that they're not fit for human consumption, legal highs are
That's how
used
they get around it.
recreationally, and they make the press when students overdose on them.
Made in a lab.
Most people thought it was a recreational drug, a party drug, something that we could perhaps dip in and out of. But actually, nobody really knows what they're made up of and what structure they have and how they impact on the body.
Although students with a support network tend to dip in and out of synthetic drugs, we wanted to meet a much more vulnerable group of people who can suffer from the effects of a real dependency on legal highs.
Legal highs.
I use it myself, and I use it because it takes the pain away. You know, it's legal. What can I do? I can sit here now, there could be 20 officers around me with guns and everything. As long as I put a bag of spice out and start rolling it, I can roll it. Nothing that anybody can do. I pull a bag of weed out and they'll all be on me like a car bonnet.
And how might people go about trying to get hold of it once you can't go into a shop and buy it?
There's always going to be some next level drug. There's already street dealers out there.
Are you worried though that it might start criminalising people?
Yes. I've seen some bad. You've got to look at this drug. It's bringing heroin addicts. I know a heroin addict that's a spice head now that takes spice like he used to take heroin every single day of the week. But he doesn't touch the heroin now. So if that heroin at a class A drug and the spice is bringing him off that, what is in this stuff? It's amazing.
The Misuse of Drugs Act controls substances on the basis of their structure. The banned cannabinoid in weed is THC. Synthetic cannabis like spice mimics the effects of weed by replicating and slightly altering the chemical that gets people high. Legal high manufacturers design cannabinoids and constantly update the composition of their products so that they remain within the law. But these experiments can leave the user smoking a legal version of weed that can be 100 times stronger.
Mostly
A
homeless.
regular member of their drop-in clinic is Titch.
Yeah, I've got a split there.
I'm shaking,
Sleep at night, Titch.
twitching.
Car park up Portland Street.
Are you waiting for a hostel?
Okay.
When was the last time you had a spice spliff, Titch?
About half 10 over the cut this morning.
How are you feeling right now?
I could what kill someone. Seriously, I won't go back into strange ways and do a 28-day detox. But that'd be pointless.
It's in there as well.
Why would it be pointless going in strange ways? There's more spice in there than what's out on the streets. I
Yeah.
feel that. I've seen man, she's gone bonk again now.
You look like you're about to roll a spliff, Titch.
Yeah. What was he just talking about? I threw out my split this morning.
That's about 40 spliffs right there, isn't it?
I don't want it, but I'm in pain. I'm in that much pain.
Where does it hurt?
My stomach, shooting pains down the leg, shooting pains up my spine, pains in my neck and in my arm.
Harmful if swallowed, may cause respiratory irritation. Do you want a glass of water, Titch? Have you ever seen any other drug like this?
This is supposed to be legal, but it's has the same sort of deterioration that you'd expect from crack cocaine, and that quickly, rapidly deteriorating the lads, you know? Just over a few weeks of using it.
I've gone from that to this.
In 2.5 months.
In 2.5 months?
Yeah.
Can you remember the first time you saw spice?
Probably in the summer, seeing young people begging that would have never normally have begged before, and they're going begging for spice, you know, risking their accommodation and everything because they're not going home for accommodation because they have to face it on spice in the car parks.
How much spice do you smoke?
6 grams a day.
6 grams a day? And how much does that cost?
It's 3 for 20, so but you're looking at about 30, 40 quid a day. I'd rather it be illegal because, do you know what, yeah? I'd rather blaze my bud because, yeah, I'm always about myself. Look at me now, yeah, right? I'm that way, right? My head's all over, right, and I can't think straight. Now, if this was bud, right, yeah, don't get me wrong, I'll be sat here stressed. You see me stressed when I'm not bud. But I'm not like this. I'm not rattling. I'm not, and it's horrible. No.
There's the same irritability you would associate with crack, but you're actually sometimes showing physical withdrawal signs as well, which you'd associate with heroin. I mean, some of the young people describe the heart palpitating and really going really fast, and they just will not take on board how detrimental it's going to be to the mental health and long-term well-being.
How did it make you feel?
The first time I had it.
Yeah.
It was actually Pandora's box as well. And Titch, were you there?
What you do that?
I don't know. I started doing it with your legs, and I was just waving my legs left with my ass off and every single thing. I don't know.
You had a spliff about half an hour ago now. How are you doing now?
I've got a bit anxious, but not too bad. I've put my full time into getting off Spice. And I know I can't, so I'll be away from
Spice, legal weed.
Which at the moment, town's become like me, breeding ground for everybody comes into town. So we need to get the Spice. It's been in this situation on the streets for everybody that's doing it that I can't find it hard to get away from.
Titch, do you see that your way out of Spice and being surrounded by the Spice culture is by getting a secure accommodation and a hostel?
Yeah. Do you know what? I've said this from day one. I will stop smoking the Spice when I get in a hostel. And the only reason is, is because of the bud. I would love to smoke my bud after this. Because I know, bud ain't making me unfair. It ain't making me drop. It ain't fucking head up, man.
Before meeting Titch, I hadn't realised that legal highs like Spice were addictive. He'd only gone a few hours without smoking it before showing signs of withdrawal.
There's the battle going now.
Feels better. Looks better. Not shaking.
I am Jessica Ryan and I shoot porn and I can and pretty much shoot porn.
Why did you want a love doll generally? What do you use him for? What was the sort of the origin story behind wanting him?
I am in a long distance relationship and as much as I try to have like fuck buddies, it can get really complicated when it comes to arranging things with fuck buddies. They're either too detached or they get attached. The male doll, being that it's a non-responsive thing, it's a fine line of comfort where I need them to be a dick and like not be a dick.
There was no need to put all these be silent.
Often smiling, Luis Bracamontes interrupted the prosecutors several times as the DA described in detail the events of October 24th, 2014.
Be silent. You don't want to allow me to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, jury will step out of the hallway.
Judge Steve White eventually had to dismiss the jury for a short time as Bracamontes showed little remorse, being accused of killing Sacramento County Deputy Danny Oliver and Placer County Detective Mike Davis. Prosecutors told how Bracamontes stole a Placer County squad car, and how responding deputies, Davis included, originally thought he was also a deputy. In the confusion, a witness was also almost accidentally shot by one of those deputies, but a last-minute decision saved his life.
I regret that. I regret that I killed too. I wish I killed more of them.
Luis Bracamontes' attorneys have said he's not always cooperated with them. During their opening statements, they said they're not trying to prove his innocence.
We are not contesting many of these charges. Mr. Bracamontes is responsible for the deaths of Deputy Danny Oliver and the death of Detective Michael Davis. He shot them both.
His attorneys added he had smoked large amounts of methamphetamine in the days leading up to the shooting. During his outburst, Bracamontes had said if given the opportunity, he would kill again.
I will break out soon.
I will kill more.
Hollywood, of course, has spurred a lot of this on because of its homosexuality, because of the violence and the sex that is portrayed on the silver screen. And it has just brainwashed the American people.
It's common to see this on the screen.
Get your man.
fucking scam motherfuckers. They scam my ass. I mean, it's just not just me. A lot of people lost a lot of money, like 100,000 and, 20,000, 50,000. It's not just me, but, I didn't make no money.
Scammed.
I just started, trying to make a little bit of money because my money was sitting in the bank. No making no interest. I said, why not?
That's all gone.
Lend my money out. I'll make interest every day. And now my whole fucking money is gone. My whole fucking savings, man, $30,000.
30,000.
It's gone.
All gone. Wow.
It was gonna be a joke.
Yeah.
This was all gonna be a joke. Why did it become so real? So this is the thing. There's a thing that is now in our lives. We just experienced. What the f is going on?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Why? It's sinking in, bro. This wasn't supposed to happen, man. It just doesn't make sense, bro. His bag is right there. He's got stuff in his pants. Why am I still here? What the f are we doing?
It's obvious why you're still there, Logan. You only went to a suicide forest in Japan, which is notorious for thousands of suicides a year, because you wanted to find someone who committed suicide for clickbait for your vlog. That'd be a wild accusation, but you've proved me right because you've literally used him for clickbait for your video to get more views. I can guarantee you when Logan saw that dead man, he knew, he was like, wow, I've got a great vlog now. That is how he thinks. Like, Logan, come back down to reality for a bit because this is too much.
How our lives unfold. There's no going back. I've seen things I can't unsee.
We found a dead body.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Like, how can anybody support this cunt? He is a grade A cunt. And then, in Logan Paul fashion, he shows why he is a massive piece of shit and starts being loud, obnoxious, and making a joke of it. This is so messed up. You're literally exploiting a man's suicide and his death. And a man who was so lonely or depressed, he had to take his own life. You're exploiting that for views. How are views worth that? I don't understand. How can you be so desperate? A channel that gets millions of views a day, how can it have to do that to try and get even more? How far is Logan Paul willing to go for some views? I still can't get over this. The fact he has trivialized suicide for entertainment on a vlog. He has 15 million followers. I guarantee you so many of the followers have been affected by either a family member committing suicide, suicidal thoughts, being depressed. How can you do this? And your target demographic is kids. You're showing this horrific image to kids. I could barely stomach it, let alone little kids who'll be scarred for life now thanks to you. So overall, Logan Paul is an obnoxious, inconsiderate fuck, and I hope his channel burns to the ground after this. This is way too much.
Last year, Time magazine published an article by Joel Stein that described the generation born between 1980 and 2000 as the me generation.
That's not.
I must have been born between 1980 and 2000. Check. Other people who were born within this time frame are Kim Kardashian, Ryan Gosling, and Lady Gaga. I should send an average of 88 text messages a day. Okay. Wow, I'm sure that'll do a lot for my popularity. I should have outrageously high self-esteem. I should have no regard for anyone else. Not only am I self-centered, but I am intellectually incapable of understanding other people's points of view. I'm sorry, Grandma, but I can't come visit you. Yes, I know you're having an operation but I'm busy sending 88 texts a day and... Grandma, shush. Grandma, quit being selfish. Hi, Miranda. I just wanted to let you know that I'm so much prettier, smarter, and cuter than you. Just to let you know. Be inseparable with my phone. This step has 3 parts. Cycle between Instagram and Twitter constantly. Literally die without my phone on my person.
Oh.
But that'll never happen.
2018. Anymore?
And lastly, according to Stein, as a millennial, I have to be inherently stupid. I can't perform basic math calculations in my head, and by giving into peer pressure, I am anti-intellectual.
In Jonesboro, Arkansas, 2 young children, Mitchell Johnson and Andrew Golden. One 11 years old, the other 13 years old, according to this Newsweek article, killed their classmates and teachers. It's shocking to think that they could do such a thing. One only 13, the other 11. Raised around guns, they're accused of opening fire on their schoolmates and teachers on an Arkansas afternoon. And the question here, why do kids kill? Gary, this has to be indicative of something, because children 11 and 13 years of age would not normally do something like that. They had to be taught in a very drastic way to do something like that.
And that's exactly what we're going to look into today. What has happened? Speaking of kids killing, and we're just surrounded by a tabletop full of magazines and newspapers with articles. We may not get to them all. Yeah. Speaking of kids killing kids, here's the beating of a 1-month-old baby. Ignacio Bermudez Jr. was dumped from his bassinet, pummeled with fists, kicked and possibly hit with a stick, leaving his skull cracked. His alleged assailants were twin brothers, 8 years of age, along with another boy aged 6, who beat this little 1-month-old to death, and had, according to the description, had a good time doing it. They had the time of their lives.
Some parents really struggle with, like, all the other kids have the terrible things, so my kid has to. Yeah, let your kid go and be a better example to the kids. Just because the other stupid kids have phones doesn't mean that, okay, well, my kid has to be stupid, otherwise she'll feel weird.
So even the mutants still got banned.
I think these things are toxic. I don't, especially for kids.
Maybe
it's just this
copyright.
thing. It's bad, and they don't look at people when they talk to them, and they don't build the empathy. Kids are mean, and it's because they're trying it out. They look at a kid and they go, "You're fat," and then they see the kid's face scrunch up and they go, "Ooh, that doesn't feel good to make a person do that." Right. But they got to start with doing the mean thing. But when they write "you're fat," then they just go, that was fun. I like that." So that tasted good. Yeah, exactly. The thing is, you need to build an ability to just be yourself and not be doing something. That's what the phones are taking away. Yes. Is the ability to just sit there like this. That's being a person, right? Yes. No one can, you gotta check. Because, underneath everything in your life, there's that thing, that empty, forever empty. You know what I'm talking about? Yes. Yes. Yes, Yes, just that knowledge that it's all for nothing and you're alone. It's down there. And sometimes when things clear away, you're not watching it, you're in your car, and you start going, oh no, here comes that I'm alone. Like it starts to visit on you. Just the sadness. Yes. Life is tremendously sad just by, being in it. And so you're driving, and then you go, that's why we text and drive. I look around, pretty much 100% of people driving are texting. Yes. And they're killing, everybody's murdering each other with their cars. Yes. But people are willing to risk taking a life and ruining their own because they don't want to be alone for a second. Because it's so hard. I was in my car one time, and a Bruce Springsteen song comes on. And it made me really sad. It's like jungle. What's the jungle? I heard it, and it gave me kind of like a fall back to school depression feeling. It made me really sad. Yeah. And I go, okay, I'm getting sad. I got to get the phone and write hi to like 50 people. And then somebody cool writes back, and then somebody not as cool writes after, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna. Somebody better. But
hey, how come you didn't answer my text?
Because he wrote first. That's funny. So, anyway, I started to get that sad feeling. I was reaching for the phone, then I said, you know what? Don't. Just be sad. Just let the sadness just stand in the way of it and let it hit you like a truck. And I let it come, and Bruce, and I just started to feel, oh my God. And I pulled over and I just cried like a bitch. I cried so much. And it was beautiful. It was like this beautiful, it's just this sadness is poetic. You're lucky to live sad moments. And then I had happy feelings because when you let yourself feel sad,
Yes.
your body has like antibodies. It has happiness that comes
Rushing in
to meet the sadness. So I was grateful to feel sad, and then I met it with true, profound happiness. It was such a trip, you know. And the thing is, because we don't want that first bit of sad, we push it away with like a little phone for the food, and you get a little kind of. You never feel completely sad or completely happy. You
Right.
just feel kind of satisfied with your product.
Yes.
And then you die. So that's why I don't want to get a phone from my kids.
Cause I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. Sex in the air, I don't care, I love the smell of it. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but the chains and whips excite me. Cause I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. Sex in the air, I don't care, I love the smell of it. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but the chains and whips excite me. Come on, come on, come on, I like it, come on, come on, come on, I like it, come on, come on, come on, I like it, come on, come on, come on, I like it.
Last week I showed you a video of an adorable little boy who wasn't allowed to sing Nicki Minaj. And he was very upset about it. Take a look.
I don't know why I cannot sing the Nicki Minaj.
Cause why? Cause the bad words?
No, I don't want the bad word version. I want the clean version and the Nicki Minaj, but I'm crying.
Do you like Nicki Minaj?
I do.
From Fontana, California, please welcome 3-year-old Dustin. Hi, Dustin.
Hi.
How are you? I'm so happy to meet you. So I saw the video. First of all, your hair is very cool. I like your hair a lot. It's really good. And you look nice. I like your outfit and everything. Okay, so you wanted to sing the Nicki Minaj song, right? And you weren't allowed to sing. And why do you like Nicki Minaj so much?
Because I do.
Okay. That's all I need to know. Just because you do. That's good enough.
My anaconda don't. My anaconda don't. My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
Boy, white named Troy used to live in Detroit. Big dope, selling money, he was getting some coins. Was the shootouts with the law, but he lived in a palace. Boy bought me Alexander McQueen, he was keeping me stylish. Now that's real, real, real. Gun in my purse, bitch, I came just to kill. Who wanna go first? I had him pushing, got the
lesbian fantasist invented 15 rapes and sexual assaults, which saw man jailed to get sympathy from girlfriends, court hears. A fantasist who invented rape and sexual assault allegations against 15 men to get attention from her girlfriend has been jailed for 10 years. Gemma Beale, 25, claims she'd been raped by 9 men and seriously sexually assaulted by 6 in 4 different encounters over the space of 3 years, causing one man to be wrongly jailed. A judge warned that her grotesque string of lies would increase the likelihood of guilty men going free and prevent real victims from reporting such crimes. Beale's first victim, Mahad Qasim, served 2 years and 9 months in jail while she received £11,000 in criminal injuries compensation following the alleged rape. The court heard that she went on to make a string of false allegations that took up 6,400 hours of police time and cost at least £250,000. Most lies began impulsively following drunken rows with girlfriends as she sought attention and to arouse jealousy. Judge Nicholas Lorraine Smith, sitting at London's Southwark Crown Court, told Beale she was a very, very convincing liar and enjoyed being seen as a victim. Well, that sounds like a typical social justice warrior. He added, "What is particularly chilling is the manner in which you persisted in making allegations which you knew were untrue, even to the extent of committing and repeating perjury."
Now, this is the house that we are talking about. The trouble started 2 years ago when the elderly couple needed a personal loan. Their grandson offered to help and in the process convinced them to hand over the deed to this house. That was the beginning of the end.
I don't know where we're going to put these.
Verna and Hank Kowecki have to pack everything and move. They're being evicted from their home of 56 years in Thousand Oaks.
Every time he mentioned my house or my wife,
He stole the house. Parents.
it's rough.
Losing the house is incredibly painful for this couple in their 80s. But it's how they lost the house that hurts the most. They say they were scammed by their own grandson.
People in the neighborhood told me all about it, but I still couldn't believe it. Not from him, I couldn't.
And I don't know how a person can have a behavior like that.
Doug Emerson is one of the neighbors who broke the news to the elderly couple. He noticed that when Hank and Helen were out on Sundays with their grandson, realtors would be showing the house to potential buyers. Emerson did some digging and discovered the grandson the couple loved dearly was selling the house without their knowledge.
I asked him outright when he came by, I said, "Is my house for sale?" He says, "Oh, no, don't worry about it." But it was for sale.
Not only was the house for sale, all the equity was gone.
He took out $360,000. Then he took out another loan for $65,000 and took out another loan for $47,400.
When the couple confronted the grandson, they say he left and never came back.
I just feel lost.
To the extent I wanted to commit suicide at one time because it's just too much.
Robbed the grandparents.
Too much.
I'm hoping something happens and we can get it back.
Disgusting.
But I don't know how, but
Got you.
you never know. Many men have said will help us out.
God will pay him back for revenge.
Now, sadly, what happened to Hank and Helen is quite common. Financial fraud is the #1 type of abuse against the elderly. And in 50 to 70% of the cases, it involves family members, as in this case. Now, Hank and Helen, they're right here. Come on in. Let's talk to you both.
Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord.
Where
I will
are you
repay.
planning to go?
We don't have a place to go right now. No place to go.
No, we have no place at all.
Now, have you heard back from your grandson?
No, none at all.
Of course not, it's gone.
Nothing.
Now, I understand you have filed a lawsuit in hopes of having the eviction, a judge ruling that you can stay a little longer here. Wednesday is the last day?
Yes, Wednesday is the last day.
Yeah. Wednesday is the last day.
I am so sorry. I mean, all of us are just devastated for you. How have you addressed this with your grandson? I mean, what?
No, I have no contact with him whatsoever, and I don't think he would face us. No.
Why would he do this?
That's #1 question, because we were such wonderful friends, and I didn't ever think that he would do that.
Anything for him. Every time he would come over here, she would give him food, anything else.
He'd come for breakfast every morning.
It's just heartbreaking.
Yes.
So the neighbor who was the one who alerted both of you started a GoFundMe page. It is called Save Hank and Helen's Home. But in this case, they would need to raise a lot of money. The company that purchased the house is not selling it cheap. In fact, they're asking for a higher price than what the market is going for. Is it too late to save this?
No, it's impossible. It's impossible.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna work that out, but we're gonna have to find a place to go, and I hope it happens, that through this, that the other people find out that you can't live like that, do things like that to people, older people.
I understand you were looking into affordable housing, but there's a long list.
Yes, there is. There's a long list. The best I could do possibly is the end of September. That's iffy.
If we only got a couple of days, we might have to leave here. I don't know where we're gonna go yet, and we still haven't got things packed yet, what we have.
Well, we'll be here with you this morning, and it's just a devastating situation for both of them. We're going to have all of the information on our website, also on that GoFundMe page, and we'll have the story there so you can get some more details on it.
This guy Patrick thinks he's coming down to be on a game show. What he doesn't know is his girlfriend actually set him up to be tested right now. This is him right here, guys. This is Sam. He's in your recording everything.
Hi.
How's it going, sir? Already started. You got a case, man. I'm not sure if you've done this before, but it's just so we can use your face and everything for the filming. You don't need to read it. I don't need to read it. Yeah, you like California? Yeah, she'll be the one interviewing you. Okay. Cool. Come on in there.
Alrighty.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were still changing.
It's okay. I was just trying on a new top. You like it?
I like it. Veronica, this is Patrick. You're going to be interviewing him? This is the
Hi,
first guy.
come here.
So you're going to be watching everything live. Sam and I are going to go back out there. Patrick's in wardrobe. He has no clue. We're going to go grab him and, good luck.
Thanks.
All right.
He's gonna fail so miserably.
All right. Again, to spin off a Family Feud. Okay. Are you nervous? A little bit. Yeah, just be yourself. That's all we want. Yeah, I know. Pick up the other lens and then we'll just finish this off.
Gotcha.
All right. We'll be back.
What's he gonna do? Not so well.
That's what you guys. Working hard today?
Yeah.
So you've been working here a long time?
Yeah, about 3 years now. Love my job.
Love my job.
What do you do?
I have a question. Do you have an Instagram?
Yeah, I do. I got myself right there. It's so fucking cold out here. Look, I have goosebumps all over my legs.
Yeah, I'm cold.
Touch it. No, touch it. Honestly, I have goosebumps all over. Touch it.
Yeah, I see.
No, but they're more like up here. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
No, you can feel it, right?
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yeah. Better like the pictures.
Oh, I like them.
And what's your Instagram? Oh, who's that girl?
Ask for her Instagram.
That's my sister.
That's your sister?
My baby sister.
Oh, your sister's pretty. How come you're still single?
Sister. He doesn't have a sister. It's talking about me.
I've been single for 2 years.
Oh, still so cold. Could you just, keep rubbing it? It'll warm me up.
Yeah.
You can tell like he's enjoying this way too much.
Yeah, I really gave a lift.
No, but it feels really good when you warm me up because I'm really cold. I'm that one person who's always cold in a room.
I can warm you up.
Are you fucking serious? Look at this guy.
Oh, you have a tattoo right there?
I told her it's accomplice to like flirt a little bit, but
But just because she's flirting doesn't mean he has to fall for it. He's a fucking moron.
Oh, wow. Someone's going to the gym.
I cook too.
Oh, you cook? Okay, beside him.
These no one's watching right now.
Okay, so yeah.
Give me a back massage because my shoulders are killing me. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's massaging her.
Yeah, that's better.
In front of her right now?
Oh yeah.
I want to see more.
Well, I'm not gonna wait till he starts fucking her.
But then you know for sure that he's cheating at that point.
I think this is cheating at this point. He's already touching her.
Yeah.
He thinks the camera's off. He's got her Instagram. He called me his sister, I'm sure. So
Pretty good.
yeah,
Let's go with you.
Sit down. You're here as a guest. Let's get back in there. Yeah. That feels really good. Yeah. No, I have heels, so that's a lot better. Oh, yeah. That's far better. Oh, yeah. That feels really good. Yeah, that's really relaxing. Oh, yeah. Would you want to maybe pick this up later? Yeah? Tonight?
What are you doing?
what am I doing? What are you doing?
So this is your
I'm
sister,
taking her
right?
audition.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm your sister. Isn't that what you told her? I'm your sister.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
What are
you
you doing?
switched Instagrams with her. You put
I'm
your
at an
hands all over
audition.
her.
And see if
Yeah,
you
you know
like
what the audition is, sweetheart? It's you. And you failed the audition. I set all this up to see if you would be a freaking cheater.
No,
and you
I'm
are.
audition for a game show. It's not a game show, man. Embarrassing yourself.
I'm tripping? All the crap that I've done for you, you've been living in my fucking house? Oh, and I'm telling you guys, he doesn't have a fucking job. You don't have a job? How do you eat? Exactly, me.
You are really tripping right now. Like, really.
I'm tripping?
I'm trying
I
to work.
saw you. I saw you. I got shit
watched
to say.
everything, man.
I watched everything. You're done. You're out. You're done.
Sometimes I don't think we realize how different our perspectives are from the younger generations. These kids were born in 1995, and they're part of